Welcome to Tackle Talk Live, a show dedicated to making you a better angler. Your host, V&M General Manager Kevin Jean and Iowa Ranger Pro Staffer Steve Graff will keep you up to date on what's happening on the best lakes in the Arklatex region, with a primary focus on Sam Rayburn and Toledo Bend, two guys who have fished at a high level with Pro-Am experience with ABA, BFLs, Toyota Series, and BASS Opens. Anglers with a wealth of knowledge and willing to share. So pull up a chair, kick back, and see why so many anglers watch Tackle Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Kevin Jean and Steve Graff.
Welcome to Tackle Talk Live. I'm Ranger Iowa Pro Staffer Steve Graff, along with V&M General Manager Kevin Jean right here beside me, and producing this show, the man, the myth, the legend, the man with all the knowledge behind the scenes, the one and only NSU graduate,
Birthday boy,
happy birthday, James Stanfield. Thank you for tuning us in today. We appreciate you. And today we got a special guest, and we're kicking off. It's time, guys. Rayburn and bags are coming in already. First week in January, and somebody's already busted 25-plus pound bag, Kevin.
Yeah. I mean, I expected it to happen, but after I saw what the weather was going to be like on Saturday, I was wondering, and the amount of people that's on the lake, I didn't know if we was going to see it. Well, there was a bunch of tournaments on Sam Rayburn Steve Saturday. The BFL, the Anglers Quest, they had another small team derby I saw that went on. All the high school kids practicing for next weekend.
Yeah.
All of that happened. We had one bag over 25 pounds, Keelan Manuel and his partner, and we will have Keelan on today to go over and talk about his bag.
Well, not only got Keelan on, again, we're going to talk about the BFL results. They had a great turnout. I'll just say that. I mean, 230 boats. To me, that's one of the biggest BFLs I've heard in a long time. So congratulations to the BFL guys. And we have a huge announcement coming up today about a big event coming up on Red River. You got to stick around for that one. And so a lot of you local anglers might be interested in fishing a particular circuit that will help get you to that particular event. We've got the schedule of events coming up for this month between Sam Rayburn and Toledo Bend. But before we get to our featured guest, before we get to Keelan, we're going to take a real quick break, recognize a few of our awesome sponsors. Stay tuned. You're watching Tackle Talk Live.
Toledo Health is a full-service primary and acute care clinic. Nurse practitioners Jarrett Rule and Melissa Vines bring quality health care that's needed and convenient to the area. Whether it's a stomach virus or a hook in your hand, Toledo Healthcare will try and meet all your healthcare needs. Appointments available and walk-ins are always welcome. So the next time you're feeling down at Toledo Bend, stop by Toledo Healthcare, located on Highway 6, just south of Toledo Town, or you can call 318-508-5323. For all your boating needs, check out Shreveport's newest marine dealer, The Boat Shop. Raymond Kidd and his great staff will take care of all your engine repair needs or anything else that needs fixing. A certified Yamaha Mercury dealer, they carry two of the best fishing boats on the market from Sea Arc and Camus. The Boat Shop is never short on trade-ins, as they're always willing and able to make you the best deal possible. Looking for great boat accessories? They're a full support Garmin and Minn Kota dealer. So the next time you're in the market for a new or used boat, or maybe you just need to service the boat you have, let the Boat Shop fix you up. To learn more, call 318-402-0399 or go to ShreveportBoatShop.com. The next time you're on I-49, just south of Natchitoches, Louisiana, stop by Cypress Outdoors. A store within a store, Cypress is located inside 3J's four-way. Whether you need gas, food, or drinks, they have it. While you're there, check out Cypress Outdoors and pick up whatever hunting or fishing tackle you need. Top name brands like Strike King, Santone, Spro, or the #1 soft plastics made, V&M. On the hunting side, they carry guns from Mossberg, Winchester, and Remington. Plus, they've got a great supply of ammunition. Let John Abram and his staff show you everything Cypress has to offer. Located just 1 mile east of 127 on I-49, or call 318-238-HUNT. You're watching Tackle Talk Live, a show dedicated to making you a better angler. Now back to the guys with all the inside scoop, Kevin Jean and Steve Graff.
Welcome back to Tackle Talk Live, your one-stop shop for all things going on at Sam Rayburn and Toledo Bend. And I'm Ranger Diver Pro Staffer Steve Graff, along with Kevin Jean. And real quick, this segment's presented by Toledo Health, the boat shop, 3J's 4-way, home of Cypress and the Outdoors. And now we're going to jump on the front deck. We've got a man that fresh off a big win over there at Sam Rayburn. Kevin?
Keelan Manuel. Keelan, you on with us?
Yes, sir.
So, Steve, again, they had a little over 26 pounds in the Anglers Quest tournament on Saturday, which, that heck of a bag, especially with the conditions we had on Saturday.
Yeah.
The number of boats on the water.
Yeah.
230 boat field BFL. I know it's a single individual tournament, but, took 19 pounds to win it. So, 26 pounds is saying something. So, we want to hear it straight from the horse's mouth here, Keelan. Is this something going into Saturday? Did you feel good? Have you been practicing? Kind of talk to us a little bit about before the tournament here and kind of how you felt.
Yes, sir. I've been up there pretty steady. I was off all through the New Year's break, really pushing hard, trying to find some stuff that I could rely on. And it was hit or miss with the weather being 4 days of warm weather during the week when you couldn't touch them, and then miserable during the weekend when you could.
Yeah.
And so it was tough to put something together, but I had a couple spots where I thought on a 1-day deal I could catch a decent bag. I didn't think I could bust that in a day, but I felt comfortable around some stuff, and I didn't know if I could do it 2 days in a row. So we jumped in this Anglers Quest deal to go kind of just shore up on some spots, and just had ourselves a day, just hit them all, and we were done. We started fishing at 6:45, and we were done at 7:45, leaving them alone.
Oh, now, Keelan, was this a run and gun kind of event for you, or was it set up in one spot and just wait them out? How was it?
Well, it wasn't much waiting. He said he was done at 7:45.
Well, that's true. So he wasn't a lot of running around, evidently, either.
You had one spot.
It was there's back-to-back little creek swings, and just in the second swing, that's where they decided to be that day. And I caught my code caught a nice 3.5 to start out, and then my first fish was the 885.
Wow.
And I was so oblivious. I told him it was a carp, but she never jumped until she got beside the boat, and she finally came up. I told him it was a carp.
Yeah. Now, how deep were these fish?
We caught them on the side of the drain was probably 5 out to about 8-9 foot. They were just kind of in that trough.
Oh, okay.
Kind of scattered throughout it.
Yeah.
Now, Keelan, I'm going to ask you this, and again, like we tell everybody else comes on, there's a lot coming up on Sam Rayburn. Something you don't feel like telling us, you don't have to. We're not going to ask you. We're not going to pry, but I do have to ask: is there hydrilla there?
There's not a speck.
Really?
I'm miles from it. I just can't handle that many people around me. I'll go find something different in hero or zero if I got to.
Well, that leads me into my next question, because that's where I was wanting to go. Did you have trouble getting away from people?
The BFL took out so late. Like I said, we were very, very fortunate to catch those fish early.
Yeah.
And we kind of hung around the area to see if anybody else had that figured out. And some guys, kind of drifted over, but they just fan cast, and I never saw anybody line up on what we were on. But it's mid-north end of the lake. Just it's stuff everyone's around. We just kind of had our moment, and fortunately we were there before everyone else really had a chance to mess with them.
Yeah.
Now I saw in one write-up you put chatterbaits and rattle traps. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha.
So no jig fish, no rig, no dragging a rig around.
No, sir. We as much as I wanted deep to work for me, I couldn't find any quality. I could go chase them with the active target, and I could go look at fish, but I could never break anything loose that made me feel like I could rely on it. I was finding stuff, like I said, no hydrilla. I would go find the nastiest wooded flat or timber and just grind, just make it work.
There wasn't much grinding going on for 6:45 to 7:45.
Exactly.
But if you see me Sunday, there sure was. I don't know how many miles you can cover with a rattle trap and moving baits, but we pushed our limit.
Yeah.
Now, what's the water temperature over there in that area you were in?
We saw first thing in the morning, it was just below 60, 58 and a half, something like that. And then
wow.
As the day stayed warm, I mean it's ridiculous to be that warm this time of year.
Yeah.
It should be 60 and a half degrees.
You just surprised me with that number. I was expecting 52. You tell me 52, but yeah, you're right. And we hadn't had hardly any cold weather yet, so maybe that's what's coming down the pipe, and we'll see what happens over the next month. We all know February is our worst month, so
now. Let me ask you this: did you upgrade any more? I know you say you were done. I mean that was it. That was y'all's 26 pound. Did you upgrade any more throughout the day? Was you able to catch any other good fish? Maybe it was hard to upgrade with what you had.
Or did you order pizza? What'd you do?
Yeah, it was certainly interesting. We my code did eventually we went and just ran some other stuff, just trying to see if we could find anything similar. And we caught like a 4.4 for a 4.45. It was like you said, it's an odd day to struggle to call 4 pluses, and it was definitely a new experience.
Right. So let's say you caught them first thing that morning. Did you have other patterns set up or other spots that set up like this? That you felt like you could have caught a good bag in, or all of your practicing and doing is kind of the only spot you felt like you had a decent bag in?
I had 3 spots I felt like I could go and put a quality. I didn't know if I could wreck them like that, but pull up, and I felt confident that I could put fish in the boat that would help me on 3 different spots, and
all kind of similar.
And yes, sir. And I thought I had 2 similar drains, and then two kind of small, just stump filled, nasty kind of shelf / points that I was picking fish off of. That I either donated a nice V&M football jig, or I caught a fish. You just depend on how the cast went.
Yeah.
But I was trying to save them for Sunday because I thought that it would work out if I couldn't rely on the drains, and but it was all, like I said, it was all north end stuff, and man, it was we gave them some time, but it was chocolate milk. It was nasty.
So jumping into Sunday, you fished the Sweet 16, the Outlaw Outdoors Sweet 16 event on Sunday. What did y'all weigh in, or did y'all weigh in? Because you have to have 16 pounds to get a check.
Yeah, we didn't even make the run, man. We had probably 13 if the ounces lined up right. We had 2 good fish out of that drain, and then just nothing to go with them. It was just so scattered.
So, Keelan, what was the difference between Saturday to Sunday? What caused you to drop off?
The rain.
Was it just the rain? You think the front coming in?
In my personal belief, I think any remotely shallow fish, whenever you get that kind of rain, and it sounds funny, but in my history, anytime I've been on shallow fish, if you have that kind of massive, loud thunder, lightning, crashing storm, I struck the next day for sure is just trash. I just don't think they like it.
It shuts them down.
I agree.
Oh, I would agree too.
Well, Keelan, man, congratulations on a way to start the year off 2022. And Steve, this is actually the second time we've had him on. We had him on back. They won the top 6 on Toledo Bend last year.
Yeah.
So you've been on twice, Keelan. We've had a lot of people on twice. Now I think we've only had like 2 or 3 on 3 times. So you need to win another one here to come back on Tackle Talk Live to be in that upper echelon of people that's been on TTL 3 times.
Yeah.
Well, if y'all had called me last year when we won the 16, the first one, I could have made 3 already.
Well, we miss some people every now and then, so we can't have all the winners on, but the ones that, like this weekend, the ones that stand out. I mean, you weigh 26 pounds in, and there's nothing else hardly over 20, then it stands out. We're definitely gonna have you on. But man, congratulations, proud for you. Way to start the year off.
Yeah, man.
Fishing next weekend. I'm assuming fishing rattle trap.
We're gonna go sling them for miles and see if anybody messes up and bites.
Well, tell your partner Casey Tate to catch a big one. It's his turn.
I wish you would. I was plumb tickled to watch him catch some.
Good deal, man. Well, appreciate it. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
All right. Keelan Manuel. Yeah, congratulations to Keelan. Like you said, Kevin, off to a great start. And even though the Sweet 16 didn't actually work out for him, Angler's Quest definitely worked out for him really well. And I meant to ask you how many participated in that Angler's Quest event.
And I had it, Steve, and I forget.
And we talking 100? We talking 50?
No,
probably 50.
No,
it's not one of those circuits.
Maybe 20.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
A few.
They had several. They had another small, like a Whack-'em Outdoors tournament, Team Trail. It took 20 to win it.
Right.
There was stuff going on all over the lake.
Yeah. So they must have won out of Castle Boykin. For him to be on that and beat the other guys, like he said, he beat the BFL guys there with plenty of time.
Or there was a trailer event.
Yeah,
it might have been. I didn't look into it that much, but That's interesting to hear. When I read, he caught him on, and I texted him, and he said, caught him on trap and chatterbait, and I was first thing, of course, goes off is, man, he found the right grass flat, or he found the first, the perfect cast on that grass line, and to hear that he was nowhere around grass, is interesting.
He found a good, like you said, a couple of creek bends that were, and those are staging fish. Those are fish looking to pull up and move in, and it's. It's a little early, I think, for that, but there's always some early fish pull up at Rayburn and Toledo Bend.
Well, you heard what he said the water temp was.
Yeah, I mean, that's surprising. I was expecting 52. I wasn't expecting 58 to 60. We just
haven't had that many cold nights. We had, those couple nights last week, but I don't think it stayed cold enough, long enough for the water temperature to drop that low.
Right. And probably all that fresh water, I bet Monday, it had dropped to 55 probably.
Maybe, yeah.
That was cold rain we had. Yeah. So, and by the way, here, I don't know what they had at Rayburn. I know I just emptied my water gauge a while ago. We had 2.5 inches of rain here in Louisiana, northwest Louisiana, right here at Natchitoches. And so I was surprised at that amount of rain. I didn't realize we had that much. And and some of the area lakes like Rayburn, I know it's been down 4 feet. It's actually on the rise right now. Toledo Bend is back on the fall. It came up, but now it's back on the fall again.
Even after the
rain. I checked it this morning. Wow. And it's starting to drop again. And and I was like, wow. I don't know if they got the gates all wide open down there or what's going on. But anyway, that was the report I got on my official lake level app I have on my phone. It's really accurate. So, but anyway, all right. Well, that's going to wrap us up for this segment. We're going to take another quick break. Again, you're watching Tackle Talk Live, and we'll be right back with upcoming events and some special news going on.
And real quick, stay tuned because there was a 25-pound sat weighed in on Toledo Bend this past weekend as well. Hey. We're going to jump into that. So.
Yeah. All right, here we go. We're going to take another quick break when we return with more Tackle Talk Live.
Are you looking for the finest custom-built rods ever made? Then look no further than Pride Rods. Fishing rods built to last and made in Montgomery, Texas. Constructed by Mr. Billy Kistler with the finest Gary Loomis North Fork composite blanks available. They offer a complete line of both spinning and casting rods for both fresh and salt water. Pride Rods do more than pass the eye test. They excel in performance as well. Ask your local tackle dealer if they carry Pride Rods and pick one up and try it for yourself. You'll see why so many anglers are using Pride Rods. To learn more, go to priderods.com or call 832-418-6040. The next time you're headed for Toledo Bend or Sam Rayburn, stop by Keith's Toledo Bend Tackle. They have an awesome supply of everything you'll need to catch the big ones. Whether your trip calls for bass fishing, white perch tackle, catfish bait, or the ultimate fighting shiners, Keith's Tackle has you covered. Keith and former Elite Series pro Ben Matsubu also have the latest information on what, how, and where you need to be fishing on Sam Rayburn or the Bend. So for all your tackle needs, check out Keith's Toledo Bend Tackle, located just off Highway 21 on the Texas side of Toledo Bend, or call 409-625-0181. The Lakes Insurance Agency is an independent insurance agency that has been taking care of Texans' insurance needs for over 25 years, offering auto, homeowners, boat, RV, life, health, and commercial insurance. Owner Clark Moore is a local guide and tournament angler who understands your insurance needs and wants to be your go-to guy for all your insurance needs. For a free quote, give him a call and see why so many Texans trust the Lake Insurance Agency. Located at 805 Southeast Stalling Suite 3, Nacogdoches, Texas, or call 936-205-4467. You're watching Tackle Talk Live, a show dedicated to making you a better angler. Now back to the guys with all the inside scoop, Kevin Jean and Steve Graff.
Welcome back to Tackle Talk Live. Here we're going into this final segment. This segment is presented by Pride Rods, Keith's Toledo Bend Tackle, and the Lakes Insurance of Nacogdoches, Texas, and Lone Star Bass Trail. And Kevin's got something to say about that.
Well, the Lakes Insurance Agency, real quick, has 2 locations now.
Yeah, that's true.
And we'll have some more. We're redoing their commercials, so we'll have their new commercial next week talking about their new location in Broadus. Is it in Broadus?
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. Yes, Brooklyn. I couldn't remember which one of those it was in. But anyway, 2 locations now for the Lakes Insurance Agency for Mr. Clark Moore. Congratulations there. And Lone Star Bass Trail, guys, make sure like and follow Lone Star Bass Trail on Facebook. It's a tournament format for Sam Rayburn, East Texas. He's going to Lake of the Pines this year, I believe, and he's also doing a lot on Lake Nacogdoches. MLF style format tournament, some different things. He had the Ironman last August. Make sure to follow him. He's got a bunch of different tournaments coming up. January 30th has the Lone Star Bass Trail Open Tournament on Sam Rayburn. So make sure to give him a like and a follow on the Facebook page, Lone Star Bass Trail.
Kevin, let's jump into the BFL results real quick. What a turnout. 230 boats on the pro side and co-anglers. Just absolutely. And they had some sticks in this, as evident with the second place finisher, Lee Livesey.
What was he doing? I got to call Lee. What is Lee doing?
He wasn't the only one. There's several of the big dogs were in this event, and I was like, wow.
Lee fishes the Elite Series. They don't even come to Rayburn this year. I don't know what Lee was doing unless getting some practice in for Elite Series.
Don't get me started. I feel like I don't mind those guys. The Toyota, you expect them to be there. But I've always been an advocate that if you're fishing a BFL and you're that level guy, that to me, this is an entry-level circuit for guys looking to try to get into tournament fishing. It's not a pro-level tour, in my opinion. That's just my opinion.
I don't mind it. I enjoy fishing against those guys, and I'm good friends with. And I know you don't either.
No.
And I'm good friends with Lee. I'm just trying to give Lee a hard time, figure out why in the world he's coming down here.
Well, we're gonna give him a hard time.
I'm gonna do that. But anyway, first place, Austin Castillo won the event with 1903.
Kevin, I'm shocked that with this level of anglers in this field, that a 20-pound bag wasn't brought in.
I think Keelan hit the nail on the head when he said they got such a late start.
Yeah.
They didn't get out there, I think, till the prime, when it was prime.
Yeah.
You know how Rayburn is a early morning thing that lasts 30, 45 minutes. As Keelan said, they were done in an hour.
Yeah.
And the BFL guys hadn't even made it to where he was at yet.
Exactly.
So by the time the BFLs got to leave, made it to where Keelan was at, he was done.
That bite was over.
And he didn't. He just said he upgraded one more time.
That's true.
So it was bad. It was windy.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to fish, but like I said, I'm not shocked. It took 19 pounds.
Well, you saying it's windy, so did that probably prevent some guys from making runs?
Absolutely.
It was that bad.
It was, and I fished a lot of BFLs in the past, and when that happens, the better areas that are out of the wind gets hammered.
Oh yeah, they get smoked.
What would it take to get a check?
Let's see. Going on down here, I think
how
all
many
the way
places did they pay?
70th place
was
$150. 10 pounds even got you a check.
See, and
to me, okay, now I'll get on another soapbox here. That's too far down to be paying.
That's way too far down.
I mean, to me, if you're in a top 10 in this 230 boats and you finish 8th and you only get $850, I mean, come on, man. No, that's not right.
That's a whole nother topic.
That's a whole nother show.
The BFL payouts.
That's ridiculous.
I enjoy the BFLs. I enjoy fishing them.
Yeah.
The payout's horrible though.
Well-run circuit, but it is horrible on payback.
Horrible. But let's finish up the top 10 results.
Yeah.
Lee Livesey Elite Series had 5 fish for 18-15, got second. V&M Pro Cole Moore finished third place with 16-15.
Yeah.
Hopefully Cole's getting off to a hot start. I know he's got a big month over there fishing Toyota Series and everything. Fourth place, Chris, I always mess your name. DiBerdino with 16-09. Fifth place, Easton Higley with 16-07. Sixth place, Mr. Tater Reynolds. It's George's stepson there.
Yeah.
15-13. Seventh place, William Hillebrandt, 15-09. Eighth place, Ricky Elliott. And a tie for eighth place, Ricky Elliott and Randy Kavapel.
I'd say Kavapel, yeah.
And 10th place, Benji Gillette with 15-04. So it took 15 pounds.
Yeah.
Cracked the top 10.
So I wonder what Ricky Elliott got $1,850. He must have been a big bass involved for him.
Yes.
So, but anyway, and just looking down the list, I was just trying to look down the list. Chris McCall. Chris came in 17th with 14.09. There were some guys I know. Kevin Lazion, a good friend of ours. Kevin finished 32nd. He had 12-13. Nick LeBroom was right behind him at 32nd. Cody Pitt was 31st.
And I talked to Nick. Nick was feeling really good about this tournament. And I haven't talked to him after the tournament was over with, but Nick's been catching some really good fish over there because he's getting ready for the pro circuit event coming up. And I haven't talked to him, but be anxious to hear what he said happened on Saturday, if it was the wind or the amount of people. And that's another thing, Steve.
Well, that's probably why these guys fish this, wasn't it, Kevin? They got that event coming up.
Well, not Lee. The
Oh,
Elite
that's
Series
true.
ain't
Yeah,
coming to
yeah,
Rayburn. That's
yeah,
what
that's
I was
true.
giving Lee a hard time for. The Elite Series is not coming to Rayburn.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, Nick and several of those other
Yeah,
guys.
right.
I seen several of the Tackle Pro
Another
circuit
guy
guys. Clark Ream was in there. Clark fished.
Yeah, another guy that's always a stick over there, especially early in the year, Derek Mundy. Finished 40th with 12 pounds even.
I seen Clay Phillips had 13.
Yep, and I think one of your V&M guys, Cameron Madison, was 41st.
Yeah.
He got a check.
Cameron's fishing the pro circuit as well.
Yep.
So, it's one of those things that they caught them. They caught some decent size. There was just no mega bag weighed in.
Right.
And I honestly believe it's just because they missed that prime time, early morning first bite.
I would agree.
And
if they weren't able to run to their fish like they, that does, Rayburn, wind plays a factor on where you go.
No, it does.
It plays a factor. All right, next, Kevin, we got the Outlaw Sweet 16 results.
I do. Let me pull it up here. Hayden Heck, who's been on the show several, he's been on it once. Hayden Heck and his grandfather, Kenneth Berthelo. Hayden, forgive me. I forget how to say it. Anyway, it's the Sweet 16 tournament on Sunday. Had 5 fish for 21.01. Second place, another guy's been on the show several times, Corey Rambo and Rusty Clark, had 20 pounds, 48 ounces. Now, here's the deal on that. I had 20 pounds with 5.
Yeah.
With an 11-pounder.
Wow.
Caught an 11. Had an
them
11
other
pound
4
big fish.
were swimmers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Third place, Marshall Hughes and Colt. I'm sorry. Third place was Alan Shivers and Sammy Christian with 1842. Goes all the way down to, let's see. So, again, Sweet 16, you get paid if you have 16 pounds.
Right.
A lot of people, if you don't have 16 pounds, they don't just weigh in. So they ended up having 7 bags over 16 pounds.
Yeah.
Had a couple of 15s weighed in. 7 bags, and I think they had 130 boats.
Man, that's a pretty good turnout.
But only 7 bags over 16. It was rough on Saturday. Sunday, though.
Sunday was the worst day.
Was the worst day to be out there. After that rain, after all that came through, as Keelan said, it muddied up. Mm-hmm. It was not the
and
best
the fish
day.
had been pressured. I mean, they'd been hammered on. So, all right, Kevin, let's switch. Let's go about 30 miles east, Toledo Bend. Big stringer at Toledo Bend in a club tournament.
So, I don't know what went on in Toledo Bend this weekend, but there was a lot of good fish being caught. 25.5 pounds won the Toledo. I believe it's the Toledo Bend Bass Club. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong on live here, but Shannon Thibodeau, good friend of mine, know Shannon really well. Had a little over 25 pounds in a club tournament, Steve.
Wow.
And they caught him. Like the rest of the club caught him. I seen there, somebody sent me the results. And I was like, oh, wow. Then I seen, I'm friends with some other guys on Facebook, some college guys that they were practicing for an event coming up, and they did a screenshot of their scales, and they had over 30 practicing.
Wow.
So
holy cow.
That's getting interesting. Having the Villas Dowden on last weekend that told us, hey, guys, 2019 was our best year.
Yeah.
As far as numbers and quality, they're predicting this year to be one of the best years we've had in a long time as far as weight goes.
Yeah.
And we're already seeing that, Steve. I mean,
first time out the gate
for Shannon to catch 20, and I know Shannon, and he fishes a lot of tournaments.
Yeah.
I promise you, he probably caught 25 and he hightailed it and he was done.
Yeah.
He's not going to waste them fish.
Right.
And so to catch that in a club tournament like you did, that's impressive.
Now, is he probably a deep water guy?
Oh, yeah. He's catching them out deep.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that.
Right.
But I'm hearing some really good reports from Toledo Bend. Like I said, I seen the Facebook
make a trip
post.
over.
And I'm assuming it's mostly all out deep right now, but I haven't been on Toledo in a while. I'm hoping to go this weekend, but I'd like to know what the water temp was. But to hear of those weights coming from Toledo, and it doesn't have a lot of pressure right now. That's exciting. I believe the Bass Champs is coming February 12th.
First or second week. I think second week in February.
Second
Saturday in February.
Yeah, I think it's the 12th. So that's setting up, Steve. That could be some really good sacks weighed in for the Bass Champs on Toledo Bend.
Oh, absolutely. And all right, coming up, upcoming events this next weekend. Rattle Trap. That's always a popular event. A lot of guys will be fishing at it. Sam Rayburn.
That's on Sunday. There's a big high school tournament on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
So Rattle Trap is on Sunday out of Umphrey, which the public, I saw this morning, the public boat ramp at Umphrey Pavilion is open now. Thank goodness.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
So
Next event the following weekend, Bass Champs makes its appearance.
yeah, Bass Champs for the first Bass Champs of the year. If this weather stays like it is, Steve, and not just ridiculously cold, I think that event is going to set up. Those fish are going to start making that push. And in my prediction, January 22nd weekend of Bass Champs, there will be some mega bags waiting.
Yeah, you're probably right. January 27th, MLF Pro Tour. And again, as Kevin just alluded to, if the weather conditions stay like they are, look out.
Yeah.
Those guys, when those hammers pull in there, they're going to have them figured out. And so I'm anxious to see how that tournament comes out. And January 29th, we got the Outlaw Team Series, first event of the year on January 29th for Outlaw Team Series. They go out of Castle Boykin or Humphrey?
I don't know about the team series. I don't know which one that one goes out of.
Anyway, check it out. Go to their website. You'll see it on there. And then January 3rd, Lone Star Bass Trail opens up.
Yeah, and then February 3rd to the 5th Brandon Belt tournament. First weekend of February. So that'd be Brandon Belt, $100,000. Guys, I think they have a few spots still available to get in. They're capping it at 400 boats. I think there's a few, not many.
Right.
There is still a few spots still available for that. That payout's like 130% payback. It is unreal what Brandon Belt is doing in that tournament.
Right.
So,
coming up, we got the 2022 ABA Solo 150. Go to AmericanBassAnglers.com to register today. Must register at least, this is a new rule for this year, must register at least 10 days before each event. Numbers are on the rise. I actually called ABA this week. The numbers are coming up both for the southeastern United States and the southwest. Those numbers are on the rise. Would you expected it now? I mean, after Christmas, people are starting to think fishing mode now, so numbers are on the rise in that circuit as well. But the big announcement that we're going to go ahead and make right now, the ABA Ray Scott National Championship will be coming to Red River in Shreveport. That's in April, the first or second week in April of 2023.
are you supposed to be releasing that?
Yep. That is for public knowledge, and it is available. I already asked for permission, and they said,
I'm fixing to say, okay, Steve.
Heck yeah, because to qualify for this, you got to fish this year. In other words, you've got to fish the Open Series. There's two divisions. There's East Texas and there's South Texas. All the South Texas events are all on Sam Rayburn. So, and if you finish in the top 5, you will qualify from each division. You will qualify for the Ray Scott National Championship. They're making it more prestigious. They're kind of, I wouldn't say trimming the fat, but they're making it a lot more difficult for you to get to the Ray Scott. And so if you want to fish on Red River, you're a local guy and you're looking to fish something, a big event like that. It came here probably 5-6 years ago. And
So my question is, how much money did you, Kevin Lazion, Cole Garrett, put up to make this happen?
Well, we had to put up a whole lot. We didn't put up any actually. So, but I can tell you who did put the money up: the city of Shreveport and probably the Red River Waterway Commission. Eric Gilmore over here. And so thank you guys for bringing this event to our region. And it should be a really good event. And again, it's going to be a prestigious event. So, and there's another way you can qualify for that. The ABA Solo 150. This year, we're having a national championship in the Solo 150s. So if you qualify for nationals and you win and you make the top 5 at nationals, you will automatically get a berth into the Ray Scott. So they're taking 5 from the nationals, 5 from each division. And hey, it could make it a really good, I think it's going to make it a lot better championship. I'm actually going to Lake Eufaula, Alabama. I qualified for this next one this year. It's in Alabama. And but anyway, and I actually finished 5th. So I got to do that again if I want to qualify for this next year on Red River. And but we'll see how that shakes out.
Last thing, make sure, get registered, Bass Cash Bash.
Yes.
They already had one tag caught this past weekend. A guy that was registered caught a tag, won $1,500. Guys, if you are not registered and you plan on fishing Toledo, Toledo too, but Toledo don't start till March. Sam Rayburn started January 1st. Get registered. You can get registered at a lot of the local tackle stores or basscashbash.com. Basscashbash.com. $50, get signed up. You can catch a tag anytime. There's a boat tag, there's a truck tag. Every tag's worth at least $1,000. So don't be that guy.
Or if you want to sign up for all of them, $100. And you qualify for every tournament, every lake. Just pay it. If you're a guy like me, I fish Toledo Bend, Sam Rayburn. Go to Caddo every once in a blue moon. But I'm gonna pay the $100 because
Absolutely.
I'm fishing Caddo and Sam Rayburn. I mean Toledo and Sam Rayburn all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, what the heck? It's just. And there's so many guys that have that story. God, I wish I would have signed up. Man, I caught a tagfish. And here's the deal. This has been going on now, Kevin, for 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
There's other tagfish. If you catch a tagfish from 4 years ago, you're
want
going to get a
cooler?
prize.
You get something.
Yeah, you get sunglasses, a rod, whatever it's available. I mean, you're going to get a really nice prize, even for a fish from, well, now there's a lot of those fish out there. It's not just this year only. So go sign up. You're crazy. If you're a fisherman, you're crazy if you don't sign up. I mean, it's almost dumb. So go sign up for Bass Cash Bash. All right, that's it.
I think that does it for today.
I think we got to take James to his birthday lunch.
He's paying.
Oh, man, that's awesome, man. Free lunch. Got to like that. We're part of that free lunch program.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning us in. We appreciate each and every one of you. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, podcast. If you would like to become a member of our sponsorship team, please message us on our Facebook page. Kevin will make sure he gets back to you and sends you a detailed packet. And for Kevin Jean, our producer James Stanfield, yours truly, Steve Graff. Thank you for listening. We appreciate you. Thank you for watching. You're watching Tackle Talk Live. We'll see you next week.